Welcome to the High-Tech Investments News Report for Week 34. The news report covers some of the many investments projects High-Tech Investments is currently involved in so you can follow our progress. We hope you will enjoy this news feed and look forward to your comments and remarks.
Hi, Bo here, and welcome back to this week's news studio that has plenty of news, but not all of it is positive this particular week. So we are struggling a bit. So Bitcoin is down. We can also see that shared masternoding has its issues this particular week. The CFO of Pass has resigned, and part of the trading capital has also gone missing, and plenty more to come. But let's start on a positive note. Let's start with Yieldnodes. The last couple of weeks we have seen 1.4%, and now we're down to 1.2%, which basically goes very well in hand with what we have seen on the shared masternoding platforms. They are also struggling a bit, so why shouldn't Yieldnodes? At the moment we have 4%, and obviously with a bit of luck, maybe we're going to end up around 6.5%. That will be fantastic for this particular month. And it looks like this. The little white arrow is the one to keep an eye on, as usual. We are looking at the lower part here for week 3 of all the months that we had so far. And obviously we hope that that's going to change, but let's see. Realistic, we do believe that around 6.5% mark is something to aim for this particular month. And then Steve sent an email out also this week where he's just letting us know that the first electrical recharging station in Germany is set up. It doesn't have the Decenomy logos on it yet, but obviously they're going to look closer at the designs in the future. But obviously it's interesting to see here that some of the first projects that they've been working on for quite a long time now is actually turning into physical evidence. So great stuff and well done, and I'm pretty sure we're going to hear a lot more about it very, very soon. SAPP, or Sapphire coin here, as you will see, it's also down. Return on the investment per year at the moment from 58% last week down to 53% this particular week. And at the end of the day, shared masternoding, obviously we are still doing quite okay. We have about 1.8% for this particular week, but the overall coin development has definitely taken a step back from 671% down to 615%. But obviously we see that once in a while, and with the development of all the cryptocurrencies in the last week, that is the way most of them have taken. Overall, Sapphire coin still looks okay, as you can see, so it's not at the all-time high, but definitely it's keeping within a very nice range, especially compared to Bitcoin, as you will see a bit later. PNY, we have the shared masternoding here. And also this one is down. The return on the investment per year was last week 106%. Now we are down to 97%. So obviously a big hit. And then we have the shared masternoding where we actually got 15% this particular week. So that's quite good. But overall coin development has really taken a toll. And unfortunately, we are all the way down to almost minus 60% now. The only good and positive thing we can say here is that we have now made 700% on the PNY coins, and if we hadn't done that, definitely the coin development, everything else would have been a whole lot worse. If we have a look at the PNY and the development and why this is, you can see that it was going up, and then since then it has unfortunately followed the Bitcoin curve a bit, and now we are even lower than we were last week. So obviously we hope this trend will change very, very soon. Birake is also one that is lost a couple of percentage here. So it's gone from 99% return on the investment per year down to 95%. But the shared masternoding is still doing okay, 2.6% for the last week. So that is roughly where we are normally at. Overall coin development, this is the only one that has turned around in the last day or two with a bit more positive, which means it closes back up to what we had last week, but obviously still down from 371% down to 347%. Overall, it looks like this, so it is still up. It still has a positive signature, and let's have a look at the Bitcoin just to see where everything has gone. So last week when we left Bitcoin here at the news report, we were at the 24,000 mark, and since then it's basically gone downhill all the way down to 21,000, and now it's currently trading sideways here with a small upline trend, as you can see. So let's see if this is going to change and maybe take some of the shared masternode with it for next week. The one that we don't have any profits for this week is Elevate Pass, and as we mentioned in the beginning, there's a certain reason for this. You won't be able to see any weekly profits for the next weeks and months to come, and this has something to do with the video that we have just made. There's been an announcement this week from the Elevate Pass founders team. One of the founders, Mark, the CFO, has basically lost most of the DeFi trading capital here. And in this particular video, we go in and try to explain a bit what exactly has happened and what are the options here still. There's still a few options because Elevate Pass is here, the three founders are here, so hats off to them that they are staying behind, and they have actually also faced this head on, which is great to see. Normally most of the people in the crypto world, they quickly run away. So, but they're still open for business, not on the trading side here, so until they have figured out exactly what has happened. But you can still go in and buy your ad package. Remember, this is the whole setup for Elevate Pass in the first place. You are not directly trading here. You're buying ad packages, and those ad packages you can then use on CoinFriend portal to advertise your specific projects. So that one is still on the way. You can still add your things in there and get your values worth. On top of this, also the training section for all the crypto courses is still also paying out. So this is completely different from the other section of Elevate Pass, which is obviously great news. So these courses, you can still go out, you can sell them, so you can still deliver them, and you will also get the profit from them. So definitely still good things within Elevate Pass, and they are quite adamant that they will get out of this. Obviously, we don't know exactly the timeline for this yet. Solar Farm version 2 is also not in trouble, but certainly we have seen some turmoil also the last week. We had one shooting star at 35%. And obviously, as usual, we expected a bit of a sell-off, and it wasn't as heavy as it normally can be. So, but definitely it still happened. So that means that the TVL again has gone down by 21%. This is very similar to what we saw last week. I believe we were also in the 22% mark. Panel owned is obviously up as normal, because this is where you're getting your percentage, your 14.28% plus your bonus percentage. So that is up 173%. And then the panel value overall has also still managed to move ahead, so with about 9%. So that is at least good news. Exchange rate, obviously here the inflation is high, so 151% at the moment. If we have a look at the BNB versus USDT, you will basically see here that again it follows the Bitcoin trend. So it also came from about $320 and dropped down to about $280, and now it's trading sideways again around the 300 mark. Solar Farm 1 has definitely got some solar wins here, and it's not the positive kind. Normally we've seen it being very, very stable, so, and just tracking on. This particular week it is not so. We can see that the TVL has dropped again from 39 to 32, so basically 17%. And the panels owned is the only positive thing for this particular week for the version 1. So 145% on panels owned, and obviously this comes from the 14.28% that you are getting each day. Panel value and daily rewards are both down by 11%, so definitely bad week for Solar Farm. If we have a look at the solar token versus BNB, again the graph shows pretty much the same as we saw on Bitcoin here. So we are coming from a high and dropping basically slightly below, trading sideways at the moment. And obviously we'll see how the whole crypto market is going to develop in the next weeks to come. What has not developed or changed at all is AI marketing. So we're now 24 days into August, and we still don't have any idea of exactly how the profits are. As we can see, the platform is running. It is picking up the ad budgets. It also looks like there is views and hits, but we simply can't see exactly how much the sales are, and obviously that's a very important thing. We also still don't know when we will be able to withdraw again. So all these things will come up in the meeting at one point with the leaders and AI marketing. But once again, the meeting has been delayed, and now the next option where we might see some changes is going to be on the 6th of September. So if there's any news, obviously we will always post it on our website. It will definitely be good news if we finally hear back from AI marketing. Good news is on our trading robots, and we actually have more trading robots in there. The new one is USD CAT, so the Canadian dollar versus the US dollar. And as you will see here, we have actually an all-time high, or at least in the top 5 here already, is Bitcoin versus USD, so that didn't take long. And then the red arrows is the ones that has a slight drawdown at the moment that we're waiting to come out of. But let's have a look at the top 5 in here. And not surprisingly, British pounds AUD is doing quite well again with 9.2%, so the all-time high this week. Bitcoin versus USD has done quite well, and this is only trading for the first week, so 5.5%. Aussie USD 4.6%, also quite well, and British pounds USD is always up there somewhere, so in the top, so 3.9. And then we have the silver also at 3.6%, so overall $2,664 or 5.3% for the week. Quite happy with this, and the robots are simply just taking over. We don't have to manage too much at all. One of the things that you have to manage if you want to come in and also copy some of the signals that we have spoken about in previous videos here for Expert Forex. A lot of people, including ourselves, have also uploaded signals, and you can go in and have a look at them by clicking the links on the side. It will take you to the FX Blue book here. And we went through quite a few of the top contenders here, so with most of the monthly profit gains. Had a closer look at them, and we did that in this particular video here. And we must say we were a bit surprised. So we had a feeling that not all these signals were obviously good because the profits were quite high. But the risk some of the traders are taking, obviously they have it on the demo accounts. But if you want to connect up as a signal provider, then you have to be very, very careful and have a specific look at some of these things that we go into on this particular video. Alex also has one video out this week, and that is how to turbocharge your trading results and lower the risk. And basically what he's talking about here is how to manage your lot size or your account size. Either way, you can balance it out to make sure that you get exactly the risk level that you want, despite whatever signals the other traders are doing. So obviously a very good one if you are interested in signal trading in the future. That is the video to go and watch. And that's what we had for you in this week's news report. It's not all good this week, but obviously fingers crossed. Let's see. It should only go up from here, and I hope to see you next week with some more positive news. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I hope you enjoyed our news report. So please don't forget to like and add your comment below, as we would love to get your feedback. But before you go, make sure you subscribe to the channel and don't forget to keep the notification bell turned on. That way, you will never miss any of our future videos. We hope to see you back on this channel very soon.